storage classes in C language. To define any variable, we need to specify the data type. But in C language, along with the data type, we need to specify the storage class also. And why? Because there are two kinds of location in computer where the value can be stored. One is memory and the other one is CPU registers. So the storage class clearly tells us where the variable's value will be stored and what is the initial value of the variable if it is not given with any value, and what is the scope and what is the life. We have four storage classes: automatic, static, registered and external. The default storage class is auto. We didn't use any of the terms like auto, static, register, extern so far in all the previous sessions. And whatever we discussed in all the previous sessions are of automatic storage class only. We'll see the first one, automatic storage class. The storage is memory. The default initial value is a garbage value. And the scope is local to the block. A block is nothing but group of statements placed within braces. And life till the control remains within the block. We'll see with some examples here. Look at the example 1. Main auto int I comma j and printf I and j. We are trying to print the values of I and j which are not assigned with any value or which are not initialized any value. In these type of situations, the default initial value it takes as garbage values. You get some garbage values. The default storage class is automatic storage class. That's the reason why we are not using the keyword auto. As I told you, whatever the sessions we covered so far are of automatic storage class only. There is no need to put the keyword auto in front of int I comma j in declaration. Even if you won't specify anything, it treats it as automatic storage class only. So look at example 2 of automatic storage class. How many blocks we have? We have 2 blocks here. Inner block. In inner block I is 2. In outer block I is 1. Look at the print I statements clearly. Once the control comes out of innermost block, the variable I with value 2 is lost. Till the control remains within the block. So I is 2 only within that block. Once you come out of the block, you get 1. Static storage class. Storage is memory and default initial value is 0. Scope local to the block, and life the value of function calls, variable function calls. You have example 1 here. Look at example 1. As we discussed in automatic storage class, if the variables which are declared are not initialized or assigned with any values, you get some garbage value. Whereas in static storage class, the default initial value is 0. Yeah, example 2, look at example 2. We have a function which is defined, name of the function is increment and is called 3 times. To avoid confusion, I just given a simple program. The same program in a simple way is on right hand side. Look at the thing on right hand side. Void in is your declaration and in called 2 times. And what is important is, look at the first function call. Once the function is called, the control will be transferred to the first line of function definition. The first line of function definition is int I is equal to 10 and printf I. 10 is printed and I plus plus I becomes 11. After executing all the statements in function definition, the control will be back to the next line after the function call. Look at the arrow mark clearly. We have second function call here. Again, the control will be transferred to the function definition first line. Again, I is equal to 10, printf I, 10 will be printed. That is very important here, not 11. Whenever a function is called, the control will be transferred to the first line of the function definition. So first call, the control is transferred to int I is equal to 10, printf I, 10 is printed, I becomes 11. And the second call, again the control is transferred to int I is equal to 10 only. So printf I, you get 10. These are all very important things. Now look at this program with static int, static space int. The term static initializes any particular variable only once. This is very important. Static variable declaration initializes only once. Look at the arrow marks clearly. Look at the first call. The control is transferred to first line in function definition, that is static int I is equal to 10. Printf I, 10 is printed and I becomes 11. Look at the second call here. The second call, the control is not transferred to the first line in function definition. Instead, it is transferred to the second line in function definition. Int I is equal to 10 semicolon is called initialization. The initialization happens only once if it is static. Now the output is 10 and 11. And you need to observe the things clearly here. Register storage class. Look at the storage. CPU registers. And default initial value is garbage value. And as usual we have scope and life. So what is the advantage of CPU registers? Whatever the data stored in CPU registers can always be accessed faster than that stored in memory. In general, the frequently used things like loop variables and all, we use register. No confusion regarding this program. This program, look at the comment, program to print from 1 to n. Is it from 1 to n? No, it is from 1 to 10 only. You make a change there. Register int I. But what is most important in register storage class is, see, remember one thing, C was developed in 1970s, early 70s. In those days there was much importance to memory and of course less memory. So even though you declare the storage class of any variable I as register here, and we cannot say for sure that the value will be stored in register itself, because we will be having limited number of CPU registers and they may be busy doing some other task. What happens in such cases? In such cases, the variable behaves as if its storage class is auto. So there is no rule that even if you use register storage class, the data will be stored in registers. If they are free, then they will be stored in registers. And one more important thing is rules. Only few variables can be declared, and the register variable must be int or char. This is very important. Integer 2 bytes, character 1 byte and float 4 bytes. In those days only 16-bit notations. So that is the reason the register storage class variable must be either integer or character. Yeah, don't worry about address here. The term address will be discussed in chapter pointers. External storage class, storage memory, initial value 0. Look at scope global. The term global. And life as long as the program does not come to an end, not that count, it is come to an end. Now look at this clearly. Look at the example on the left hand side. Y is equal to 5 int y. Look at the declaration part. Anything declared outside main is called global. Once anything declared globally can be used anywhere in the program. global variables and local variables. The variables which are declared inside are local variables. The variables which are declared outside main are global. Any global variable can be used anywhere in the program. So look at the thing on the right hand side. Extern int a. Look at where a is declared. Int a is equal to 20. Outside main. Outside main can be below or above main. The return statement, what we use in prototype 3, every subprogram can end with return, not must end with return, can end with return. We may have return or we don't have return. If you are using prototype 1 or 2, we don't use the term return. We can have more than one return in a program, and of course return is optional. As I told you, we don't use return in prototype 1 and 2. Look at format 1, at empty return, return semicolon is of no use, empty return, because this does not return any value. Format 2, p is equal to x into y, return p. Instead we can write return x into y. And format 3, we can have more than one return statement in program, but a return will return only one value at a time. Look at this. If the condition is true, return 0, else return 1.